Attention, Ontario, all home and property owners, real estate agents, mortgage brokers, and lawyers. This is for you. I cannot get you protection in Ontario law or anywhere in Canada, except for Saskatchewan, without your help. This information I'm going to share with you. You have got to listen to me. Every homeowner, every registered owner in Ontario is in serious jeopardy. Any one of you, any home, millions of homes, any apartment building, you can suddenly have your property stolen and in secret because you don't even have the right to be notified. Now I'm begging you, please listen. I'm not trying to get your money or anything like that. I've lost everything, and I'm just trying to get democratic laws for Canadians in Ontario first. Doug Ford, recently elected, not yet our Premier of Ontario, promised to help me get secret filing banned in Ontario. That's because for the past 3 years I've written to all the NDP leaders and Liberals, and they refused to do it. And I explained that to him. And I sent him my story of what happened to us and what's happened to thousands of other homeowners in Ontario. But right now he's up to his eyeballs in a financial fiasco that the Liberal government caused. So getting all registered owners protection and democratic rights like Saskatchewan and all other countries have is frankly going to be up to you. I cannot do this all by myself. I don't have the right as an individual. I don't own a newspaper. I'm not a billionaire. I'm not a celebrity. I'm a nobody. I'm just a 76-year-old nobody. But I'm fighting for your rights. I have nothing to gain from this. I've already lost everything. I can't get my home back. I can't get the millions back that I lost. I can't get my mother back. But I spent over $85,000 getting this information, and 18 years of my life went into it. And I put all that information for free onto my website. Self-supporting nonprofit. I'm not asking for a dime of your money. I just want rights. Now I'm going to type that into it, but the website is www.rights4realestate.com. I'm just asking for your help to get Ontario laws into the 21st century. England banned secret filing in 1925. U.S. never has allowed it. And Americans don't understand what I'm talking about. And if you're hearing me, some of you, you've been connecting to me, and I really appreciate your support. But this is not about the kind of fraud you think I'm talking about. This is completely different. Okay? This is completely different. I'm talking about you own a home, and without your knowledge, somebody puts their name on title and takes ownership of your property, and you don't even have the right to be notified. In Saskatchewan, the law is completely different. It's the only province in Canada that has this law. You cannot sever joint tenancy on a matrimonial home without consent, which means you're either going to separate or you're going to be divorced, and you go to court and you present your case to a judge. You're going to go to court in a separation and a divorce anyway. So why should a spouse be allowed, when you've been married for 60 years or 50 years or 20 years, be allowed to rob the surviving spouse after they die of the right to the matrimonial home? Well, that's what's happening in Ontario, okay, and most of and all the rest of Canada. The other thing that's happening is that if you have an apartment building, a tenant can actually go out to a mortgage broker with false records, take an illegal mortgage, file it in secret, and as a registered owner, you don't even have the right to be notified. So you've got a $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 mortgage on your home and on your income property, and you don't even know about it. That's Ontario law. An executor has the right to take all your properties after you die and sell it without your heirs even being notified. That's Ontario law. So listen to me, people. I'm appealing to you. property owners, real estate agents, brokers, and lawyers. Now, come on. Only a member of parliament or the attorney general can change this law. And I want the same law that's in Saskatchewan. And it's on my website. It's on PDF, or you can email me and I can send it to you direct. But I wish I was smart enough or rich enough or clever enough to give you a beautiful documentary, but I'm not. I'm not the Fifth Estate. I'm not CBC. I'm not CTV. I'm not CNN. I'm just one little person trying to get rights. Dear God, what's it going to take? Saskatchewan is the only province with full protection from property theft, because before anybody can put their name on title, including you, a registered letter has to go to your home address, and you have to provide proof that you received it. That's before anything goes on title. So any change to your title, you are notified by registered letter prior to its happening. Well, guess what? That stops pretty much all the property theft and all the mortgage fraud that's going on by the thousands every year here in Ontario. We got more mortgage fraud and property theft in Ontario than we have house fires. And I can't get you people to lift a finger to help me. I don't know what it's going to take. But I mean, I sent to every member of parliament, only Doug Ford was interested. But like I say, I'm worried because he's up to his eyeballs. And frankly, he needs to go on a diet. I'm really worried about his health. I mean, there's a lot of stress. He's going through a lot of stress. And I think he's a good man. But I've got to get the public to come forward and demand these laws, and don't just let it keep happening. I mean, enough of this been going on for 100 years. Well, it's been going on for 400 years, but let's put a stop to it. Property theft, and it is so rampant, it's ridiculous. Now, I mean, all I'm asking is for your help to get democracy for every homeowner and every registered property ownership in Ontario. I am already homeless as I tried and failed because national media and all the newspapers refuse to publish the truth. I have nothing to gain, but in memory of my dead mother, I want justice for all. That's the only goal I seek. Property theft and mortgage fraud, according to our own statistics in Canada, is more common, and you are more in jeopardy of that than a house fire. But would you even consider not having fire insurance? Of course not. Then why do you ignore that our laws allow for any criminal to file an illegal mortgage on your home, put their name on title on your income property, all in secret? Why do you ignore that any criminal can steal your home, and all in secret, and you don't even have the right to be notified? So it's by accident when you go in default on the mortgage because you haven't paid it because you didn't know you had it, and then most of the people just lose their home. They haven't got the $100,000 to go to court to fight it in court. But if we have a law like in Saskatchewan, then it becomes the police's job. It doesn't cost you anything. Come on, people. Put a stop to property theft and mortgage fraud in Ontario. And when it does happen, it has to become a problem for the police, not for an individual like me and my 95-year-old mother to spend hundreds of thousands in court and lose everything and 18 years of our life down the toilet. And it's not just one person, thousands of people, but you never hear about them because our court system is so friggin' corrupt that everything's done in secret. There was just a case just a few weeks ago. Now, this woman was so stupid, she took on billionaires, the Greenspans, and she committed fraud and robbed them of $700,000. Okay, the cops got involved on that one, let me tell you. But when it happened to me, they wouldn't get involved. You know, it wasn't their problem. I had to go to court and get a lawyer. There's a couple of cases on Bridle Path with $17 million. Well, they're all multimillionaires, so that wound up in the newspaper. But thousands happen every year. You never even hear about them. Journalists will sit there and they just pay no attention. They pick and choose what story they talk about. And me, they've been boycotting for goddamn 20 years, so I mean, what the hell? But it's really up to you. It's up to you, the people out there, and it's up to you, the lawyers, and it's up to you, the real estate agents, and it's up to you, the mortgage brokers. What's the matter with you? Why is this only my problem? I'm talking about every home in Ontario. Every property in Ontario is in jeopardy. How stupid is that? I mean, you don't even have the right to be notified. Please, please, please help me stop this and get every Canadian the same law as Saskatchewan and get banned a law that secret filing that is so criminal. It's banned in every other country but Canada. I cannot do this all by myself. A copy of the Saskatchewan law is on my website, or if you email me direct, and if you go to YouTube direct, because YouTube won't let me post this on Facebook. So the only thing I can tell you is that you have to go to my YouTube channel, Trudy Trahan. You know, it'll be on Skyrock, but you have to go direct to the YouTube channel, and I'll have typed there all the information. And you can download it, the copy of the Saskatchewan law. Now here's the thing about Ontario law. There is not one word of protection. Are you listening to me, people? Not one word of protection. Not one sentence of protection. Secret filing is legal. That means anybody on the planet can do this in secret. What does it take to make you understand what I'm talking about? And I love Americans, but oh, I'm so mad at that Trump, I'm telling you. Oy vey. Bunch of rednecks that voted him in. Well, they'll get theirs eventually. They'll find out that what he's doing is not going to be so good for their industry. Because they've been getting our minerals dirt cheap, and almost every mine and every smelter and everything in Canada is owned by Americans to begin with. So now he's slapped on a bunch of tariffs. So now your own manufacturers are going to be getting their materials for a company they actually own in Canada, and there are going to be tariffs on it. So, you know, your cars and your vans and all your industry, your prices are going to have to go up. That's not smart. He thinks he's so clever. What a nincompoop. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm just so upset that I can't seem to get through to you people. A man told me that I needed to somehow appeal to your emotional and make you feel something. I don't know how to make you feel something when you just don't care. I spent 2 months getting information on title insurance, and it will protect you from property theft. I mean, it will not protect you from property theft, but it will protect you from mortgage fraud. And it'll cost about $1,000. And if you go to my website, I'll explain how you can get that. But less than 1% of the properties in Ontario have title insurance. Now think about that. And there is far more mortgage fraud than there is fires. And you've all got fire protection, but you don't have title insurance. It's because your lawyers don't tell you. Well, because they don't even know. I mean, the ignorance in this country is unbelievable. Now, I spent 2 months getting you that information, and it cost me a lot of money, and I spent 3 years getting you the information, and $85,000 to get you the information on property theft and mortgage fraud. And I put it all on the website. It's there for you for free. I'm not asking for nothing from you. Just help me get democracy before I die. All I want is to have protection. Nobody should go through what I'm going through. And they are. And they wind up in subsidized housing. The only reason I'm not in subsidized housing is because my boyfriend emptied his apartment to make room for me. And I'm jammed to the rafters in here. But you can be protected even if your property was purchased over 50 years ago. It's not just new properties. It's available. But you have to get it only through a lawyer. And most don't even know it exists. And you can protect your heirs from property theft by adding a clause, and that's also on my website under the title of Wills and Estates. Our laws allow for an executor to take all ownership of all your properties and sell without the permission or consent of your heirs, and all in secret. Now that promotes embezzlement, okay? That makes it practically legal. And the police won't lift a finger to help you because secret filing is all done legally. That's why you wind up in court. Unless you're already a multimillionaire and you can use some leverage. But most people never get heard of because there's no community support rallying around this, and I can't seem to get people to understand how serious this is. And there is absolutely nothing you can do to stop your spouse behind your back severing the joint tenancy, except for Saskatchewan law. So you can be married for 61 years like my mother, and you lose your home. Isn't that wonderful? Welcome to my world. Welcome to democracy in Ontario. Okay, I've done all I can to stop such inequitable, unjust laws, and the rest is up to you to help me get national media to publish the truth. This should be splashed all over the media. Everybody should know about this, and I can't get anybody to help me. And I need you people to share this and help me get the publicity out there. Now, only a member of Parliament in a private member's bill can get our laws changed and ban secret filing and bring us the democratic rights to protect a registered ownership such as Saskatchewan, or the Attorney General, or the Premier. But like I said, I'm really worried. I don't know that, even though Doug Ford said he would help me, I don't think we can rely just on that. He's got so much on his plate, it's going to wind up on the back burner. Nothing against him, but I mean, he's swamped with other work. But if you help me and get behind this, I've done all the work, the research is all there, it's nothing. It'd be nothing for them to put a bill together. Just give us the same laws in Saskatchewan, it's a done deal. Now the public and media support can make this happen very quickly. And thousands of people, every year you've never heard of, that are victims like Mom and I, well, you could be the next victim. Don't you understand? You could be the next victim. You have absolutely no protection. Now, I don't know what more I can tell you. All you have to do is share and push your local media newspapers and start sending emails. Get a group together. I'm just one person and I'm all by myself. I've got nobody to help me with this. I would even pay for an ad in a newspaper, and they blocked me from doing that. They wouldn't let me. That's how crazy our media is in Canada. Anyway, everything is on my website, and it cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars in 18 years of my life trying to get justice for all, and I failed because nobody gives a damn. So, please, please, share, get the word out there. Millions are in jeopardy of property theft and mortgage fraud, servants of joint tenancy. It's got to stop. Give us the democratic rights that's in Saskatchewan, which it makes it almost virtually impossible for mortgage fraud and property theft. And Ontario is by far the worst province with the most property theft and the most mortgage fraud of any other province in Canada. It can be done in all the other provinces too, but the point is that Ontario is by far the worst. So I've done what I can. Please, I'm begging you, please, 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 please do something. Help me out, people. This is June 11th, 2018. I've been at this 18 years, all by myself. What's it going to take, people? What's it going to take? What's it going to take to move you to care? What does it take for you to understand that you could be the next victim if you're Ontario or you own property in Canada? Dear God, what's it going to take?